The kingdom of two seas, a kingdom of 5,000 years of history, a kingdom which celebrates its past and embraces its present. Welcome to Bahrain. Welcome to Bahrain. Welcome to Bahrain. This land of pearls is an archipelago of 33 islands surrounded by ocean and blessed with the freshwater springs that flow from its depths. We're here to enjoy the food, the architecture and the culture that this wonderful country has to offer and that you can enjoy when you come racing in Bahrain. I want to start my stay the Bahrain way with a hearty breakfast. And there's no better place to get a taste of the country than at Haji's Cafe. Nestled away in the walkways of Manama, Haji's has been a foodie fixture since 1950. At the helm is Zuhair Haji, a larger-than-life local who took the reins from his father and his father before him. I sat down with Mr. Haji to hear tales of Bahrain old and new and enjoy the delights on offer.
All right.
Wow, that is a proper spread. We just share everything. We just
This is how they should be. You bring a platter, you share with your friends. A hot bread, that's the key.
Why is that the key?
Because it lets you to eat more.
Do you know? So it's true.
Yes.
Just the sound of that.
That's, as I told you, the secret of our...
Bread is the secret.
Yeah.
This is dal fry,
Dal
yeah?
fry, yes. Give it a try.
Dal fry is one of my favourites. What's the most popular dish on the menu at Haji's?
The beauty of the place, at 11:30, nothing left. That's a good indication,
all
good
gone.
sign. Everything is gone.
What you seem to have
Yeah.
from the time I've been here is a mixture of locals. You have a mixture of, you know, people who could probably afford to eat at the best restaurants in Bahrain, but they come here. People who couldn't afford to do that come here. Tourists come here. It's a real mix of people.
I always said Haji's Cafe is a home for everyone. From the high ending to the normal income person. He can come to have his breakfast with a little money, and the guy which afford, he can eat as much as he wants. So this is a home for everyone. There are lots of bachelors coming, people, and lots of family. That means they come with kids, with their wife, mothers. Sometimes you could see two guys are sitting and they offer you, oh, if you don't have seat, just sit next to us.
Sit, yeah.
That's the beauty of this place.
So take me back to the history of it. So your grandfather started it?
They started from a single door over there, and my grandfather, he used to have a small place and serving a very little kind of local food at all days, like tea, coffee, milk. And my dad, when he was a young boy, was helping his father. He told us, as we said, I'm the oldest son and my brother. He said, I don't want this name to be disappeared. You have to take care of it. So I left all my work, my job, and I'm enjoying myself.
What were you doing?
A lot.
But not this?
Not this at all.
And now then you took over Haji's
I've been
Cafe.
to so many, yes. And I'm spending the most valuable time in my life at my place. Because of the name, I'm really enjoying to see everyday people from all around the world, people from different culture, from different areas coming. They talking to each other, and you could see everyone, especially if they like the food, you could see them cheering and smiling and all. So that's give you a good encouragement to take care of your things.
Yeah.
This is how people in Bahrain needs. We need to live in a normal, low profile all days.
Well, do you know, there's a nice tempo to life here. There's a nice pace to life. It's not too crazy, too busy. It feels relaxed here. Maybe that's just this area. I don't know, but it feels that here.
You could see this in whole Bahrain. Relax. If you went to the village, you could see the kids waving to you and they smiling, they inviting you, and even they don't know you. Even they, if they saw any foreigners, they say they might learn some few words. They keep calling you and shouting. So this is how we could feel in Bahrain. You can live in Bahrain, a luxurious life, a 5-star or 7-star, or a 0-star. I mean, you can live, you can have a breakfast with 200, 300 fils, less than half pound, we call it, and you can have your breakfast 100 pound or 200, so that it depends on you. That's how beauty of this island. As you could see, we have very modern hotels, very modern places, and we have the normal Souq. You can step in, still you could see if there some old guys are left or not, but I'm lucky to see all these things. I've been to the old days and the new modern day, so I'm lucky to see all these things, and I can tell the story to my generations or the coming generation.
I bet 5 o'clock in the morning here is amazing.
If you come 5 o'clock early morning, you will see a different kind of customers, people
I'm
coming.
not promising to come at 5 o'clock.
You've seen people are coming from after party. You've seen people coming from a praying time morning, so you could see that a combination of people are sitting.
Listen, it's amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me an idea of the history of Bahrain as well. I find it so interesting.
It's enjoyment, and I hope you're enjoying your trip in Bahrain. And once again, Haji's Cafe is a home for everyone.
And you're right about the bread. It just makes you want to have more. Oh, and I can promise you, the crew agreed. Now, just around the corner from Haji's is another of Manama's historic delights, and I had a particular purpose in mind for my visit. Now, one place you have to visit is the beautiful and historic Manama Souq. There's a vast array of goods on offer. You've got your local produce, the food, the spices, some gold and pearls and all the jewellery you could imagine, and of course, clothing. And that's what I'm here for, to visit a tailor for a day at the races.
How are you?
Joy.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Let's go get a jacket.
Come,
Thank you.
Yeah, please.
Thank you. It's cool in here.
Yeah.
I love all these fabrics. What have we got here? So this is, where's this from?
This is English.
English.
And this is Japanese.
I like the Japanese stuff. What I'm here for,
Yeah.
what I really want,
Yeah.
linen jacket.
Yeah, this is linen jackets.
Linen jacket for the summer in the UK.
It is summer, yeah,
Okay.
summer material.
And can you do a full linen suit as well?
Yeah. So doing full linen suit.
I don't know, full linen suit is a bit.
Yeah.
Well, nah. Can I get away with a full linen suit like this? I don't know if I can. Maybe just a jacket
Yeah.
in this.
Okay.
Can we get measured?
Yeah, sure.
All right,
Why
let's
not?
do it.
30. 41. 34 and a half.
I was holding that in a bit.
Yeah. 40.
I don't know if I should. Should I just let it all hang out?
Yeah, it's okay. 19. 15 and a half.
That's not changed in years.
36. It's completely your measurements.
Normal measurements.
It's finished.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Just a standard, like a median.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect. Okay, done. How much?
So full suit is approximately 63 BD.
63 BD for a
BD,
full suit.
full suit.
So we're talking, and it's about 140 quid.
It's linen,
That's
yeah.
pretty good. And just the jacket?
Just the jacket is like 46.
46.
Yeah.
So 46 for just the jacket.
Just jacket linen.
46. It's about 100.
Yeah.
About 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the best price.
Yeah. It's it's a good price. Good price.
It feels good to me. That's a deal. beauty of Bahrain is that one moment you can be strolling through ancient streets and the next you can be in the midst of modern luxury. I popped over to the mightily impressive Four Seasons Hotel to get a trainer's perspective of the racing scene. Niels Peterson has brought a team across from Norway to compete in the Bahrain Turf Series, and he's loving it.
Absolutely fantastic. It's a huge privilege, and just to come here, and extremely happy to be a part of it. And, for now, it's it's a place you see. It's buzzing around. Things are happening here. It looks really great. I mean, we all started going to Dubai, of course, and it's been great in Dubai over the years. But this probably hits a little different, targeted different horses, and for us, it's probably more appropriate. And I think we'll probably be able to make a better impact of the racing here. So I think it was a very tempting and interesting series. Everything is state of the art, it's brand new stables, and the facilities are good for the horses. And so actually it's not really anything to complain about. It's a good setup they got here. I must say it's surprised me positively regarding the staff, everything will be looked after. And I mean, they do it. They do help us a lot, and it makes it a lot easier, of course. And but I say the last few days I've been here, it looks promising. Yeah.
How are you coping with the heat?
I tell you what, it's warm today.
Best thing to do on a hot day? Head to the golf course. Well, just 5 miles away from the racetrack is this. It's the Royal Golf Club Bahrain. It's one of the nicest golf courses in the Middle East, and it is open to everyone all year round. Essentially, the perfect place to come and play this great game. That'll do. Sam Hobday has made his home in Bahrain, and he's made a profession from the sport of golf. Sam and I are at the 18th. There's a shot incoming, Sam, actually, so I think we should be all right. Hopefully it doesn't go in the water. Okay. Tell me a bit about the course then, Sam. It looks a beautiful track.
It's lovely, yeah. So the Royal Golf Club is a championship golf course. It's designed by Colin Montgomery and managed by Troon Company. It's 7,200 yards off the black tees at the back. Gold tees more manageable, about 6-9. Challenging test. There's lots of rough, lots of water. The last 4 holes got water all over them. We like to challenge our members and guests that come and play with us. But I know I enjoy it. The greens are massive and undulating, but
I mean, yes.
As
the
you can
first
see,
thing I thought with this 18th green is that's a nasty pin position and it's undulating.
Exactly. No, it's definitely a test, but we enjoy it out here.
A few of the guys were saying actually, if you're not on the fairway, it's not easy.
Yeah. So when we go fairway, thick rough, and then into sand, and everything just slopes off until you find you hit a good drive, and sometimes it just bounces the wrong way, but. As we say to our members, you get the members' bounces back onto the grass. And it's
exactly, hopefully. Yeah. It's open to anyone though. This isn't a private, you can come and play this if you're out here.
No, open to everyone. We have memberships, so we like to take care of our members, but open to guests. We encourage everyone to come play. We're the only championship grass course on the island, so we tell everyone, come and enjoy our facilities. Yeah.
And you live out here and have lived out here for how long?
Yeah, so I've been here 25 years, grew up in Bahrain, went through the school system here. Went off and played professional golf. Had a great time doing it, but didn't quite work out. So now I'm behind the desk, sorting out the tournaments here at the Royal Golf Club. But yeah, loving Bahrain.
And did you sort of always want to navigate back here? Was that always going to happen?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, my family have been here, like I said, 25 years, and I've gone off and travelled and been lucky enough to travel the world playing golf. But Bahrain's always been my home. As much as I am from England, I spend sort of the summers over there. But Bahrain is always cool to me, I guess. And yeah, I'm lucky to call this place home, really.
Good stuff. Sam, it's been great to catch up, and thanks for giving us an idea what it's like.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
And once you've satisfied your sporting urges, there are more cerebral discoveries to be made. The Bahrain Fort is an imposing structure in the landscape, but it is also a marker for a far deeper history. Archaeologist Dr. Salman Al-Mahari gave me a fascinating insight into Bahrain's past. Salman, it's not just about the fort that stands here. There's a lot more history than just that construction.
Yes, it is. This place was the capital of Dilmun. Dilmun was the kingdom or an empire flourished in the eastern part of Arabian Peninsula, and there was a harbor in this city or in this capital where the Delmonite people controlled the maritime trade between Mesopotamia in Iraq and Indus Valley, Magan in Oman and United Arab Emirates, and Persia and eastern part of Saudi Arabia or Arabian Peninsula.
So it was a bit of a hub, if you like, a
Yes.
centre for
Trading
Yes.
between among the ancient civilization in the region.
and that obviously made it of huge importance, and it therefore needed protecting.
Yes.
So the fort that we see here, I've heard it described as the Portuguese fort.
Yes.
So why would that be?
Actually, it is. We call it scientifically, archaeologically, as Hormuzi Portuguese fort. So it was built by the Bahraini when there is this influence of Hormuzis in around 15th century, then renovated and enlarged, and European-style tower added to the site during the time of the occupation of Portuguese. So the last name of the occupation of the fort, Portuguese. So most of the people call it Portuguese fort. But now we are calling, we gave it a name of Bahrain fort. But again, it's not just a fort, it's a site. It's a huge site.
Yes, there's a lot more to it than just this fort, as you said.
Yes.
I mean, in fact, we're sort of surrounded by older forts, if you like, which you can see as we go on round. So what Bahrain's, when you look at it on the map, it's quite a small island,
Yeah.
right? Why in this area and historically was it so important? What made it so special?
It's strategic location in the middle of the Arabian Gulf, and the local community, the people themselves are open-minded and they want to be in touch with other civilization, with other cultures who are neighboring to them. To add to this, Bahrain was rich with the fresh water and the plantation, agricultural land. So everybody from who were trading in the sea, they came to this spot, they came to this land to get suppliers from water or from fruits or vegetables or food.
So this was the fresh water. This is where the Bahrain name comes from, two seas,
Yeah.
because the fresh water under the sea, under the salt water.
Yes, and the people in the ancient time, they dived, they swam in the sea just to collect and to drink sweet water or fresh water in between or in the depth of the salty water.
It sounds like you and the Bahraini people are very proud of this site, of this
course.
historical location.
Yeah, of course, we are proud of it. It is one of the most important sites, not just in Bahrain, in the region. The archaeological excavation revealed a lot of archaeological materials representing 6 archaeological cities or 6 archaeological layers representing all the history of Bahrain, from Delmon, Tylos and Islamic, then the recent time.
It's been fascinating, and I know there's a lot more I could learn. So thank you so much, and it's fabulous to see it.
Thank you for coming and visiting this beautiful site.
The Bahrain fort is certainly worth a visit, and I'd recommend having a real-life archaeologist to show you around if you can manage it. A man who has made his own bit of history in Bahrain is trainer Alan Smith, and he's based at the Royal Stables complex, not far from the racecourse itself.
Alan, how long you been out in Bahrain?
Came out here first off in '94, so
94.
Get 28 years
Okay.
with a little break.
It's nearly as old as Rio here.
Not quite as old as
No.
Rio, but he's 33.
And I mean, obviously you love it out here. You've had great success. It must have changed a lot, particularly in the last sort of decade or
yeah,
so.
dramatically so.
How's the racing scene changed?
Well, the higher grade of horses that we've been getting in, and also the competition with the international horses coming over for the series and the international race.
And is that? I take it you welcome that, because that's you're a horse racing man.
Yeah.
You want the best racing
Yeah,
possible.
of course
out
we
here.
want competition. You know, you don't prove yourself until you've beaten the others, do you? So that's what we like to try and do.
It must make you also, in your search for horses to come here and race, want to be on your A game and get the right horse.
Well, we've always tried to do that anyway, get good horses, but it's getting a bit more difficult to do so. I mean, you think it's competitive racing, you want to be in the sales ring at Tats.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
I mean, is that where are you mostly looking at horses in training to come out here? You're getting yearlings to come out here as well?
No, we don't do yearlings because we don't race horses until they're 3 in Bahrain. So yearlings not much good to. If we buy yearlings, we generally have them in England for a season or 2 and then bring them over after. I mean, horses like Roman River, he spent a couple of seasons racing in England before he came over.
With you always knowing really that he was going to come out here?
Well, I bought him for Sheikh Mohammed with the intention of him eventually coming out here.
I haven't got any polos, Rio, I'm afraid. I'm sorry.
Back up.
It feels from my point of view that horse racing in Bahrain is now firmly on the map.
Yeah.
Even half a decade or so, for example, I guess before the trophy and the series started, it wasn't such a destination spot, but it really feels it is now.
Oh yeah, it does. I mean, the racing has always been sort of a local thing where people come and they enjoy the racing in the afternoon. You don't pay to come into the races, you know, it's all free. And they would bring their families and the guys would, you know, play between themselves and, you know, very laid back and really nice atmosphere. And they really get enthusiastic.
They love it, don't they?
Yeah, and they sort of got their own teams, you know, like my stable or Sheikh Abdullah's stable or Fawzi's stable, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it gets a little bit rowdy sometimes.
Yeah, it does, but,
Yeah.
but all good fun, isn't it? How many horses you got here, Alan?
We've got about 85 in training,
Wow.
but with some young horses we've got coming in, we'll be about 110.
And racing every Friday, do you have? I mean, how many runners will you have on an average Friday?
Well, this week we've got 10, so that's a pretty lean week for us. So generally between 12, 15 on a Friday.
Keeps you busy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I take it it's a great privilege to train for His Highness Sheikh Isa.
Oh yeah. I mean, Sheikh Isa and Sheikh Mohammed, who's been my long-serving patron. Yeah, I mean, they're lovely people to work for as well. You know, the family in general are really nice people.
And real horse people, it seems, as well.
Yeah. No, they just that natural horsemanship. Even we have some local riders, exercise riders and apprentices that work for us, and they've just got a natural horsemanship about them.
As the sun began to set on a busy day, my final stop was another cultural adventure. The National Museum is a very impressive building in beautiful surroundings and houses some historic artefacts. Museum expert Ms. Maha Al-Salaibik told me more. How many years ago, Maha, were some of these relics, these skeletons I can see in the distance here, how many years ago were they found?
Here we are from 2500 BC, early Delmon, between 2500 until 2030.
I wonder if we can just head over there and have a look at some of the old relics that have been found.
So we have a kind of pottery here. Here we can see also some simple necklaces.
And how many years ago are we talking here?
From around 1700 to 1000 BC.
It gives you a very small idea of what life may have been like all those years ago.
Yeah.
And modern Bahrain also has plenty to offer. The National Theatre is just a few yards away, and it's a stunning building. The auditorium is constructed from Canadian elmwood in the shape of a dhow, and its 1001 seats represent the story of the Arabian Nights. As I left, I was lucky enough to stumble across a live performance. That was amazing. What's your name?
Mohammed Asiri from Bahrain, and I play qanun. It's called qanun. It's a traditional instrument, special from Middle East.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Arabic instrument. And
How long have you played?
more than 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah, and the other instrument called nai. It's like a flute, but Arabic flute. We can.
It look. What's your name?
Ayman.
Ayman.
Yes.
It looks. Can I hold it?
Yeah.
My God,
You
that
can
is
play.
so.
very,
it's so light.
Yes.
Yes.
That's unbelievable.
It's reed.
Oh, it's reed.
Yes.
And you have many in here.
Many reed. Yes.
Yeah. It's different scale, you know. Each
different
scale, different instrument.
And you play together all the time.
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
This looks very, very complicated, very difficult to play.
Yes, it's difficult because you have around 78 strings, so difficult tuning, difficult for playing. So
He's the best in Bahrain, yeah.
The Middle East.
Yeah, and the best in the Middle East. I love it, guys. Thank you so much. That was
Welcome.
brilliant.
Welcome.
Thank you. It's a day at the races today, but it's the motor races. Frankie Dettori and Richard Kingscote driving one of these around the Bahrain International Formula One circuit. They're noisy and they are quick. Frankie Dettori's in this car. He's getting an explanation about what's going on. How are you feeling? Feeling good? You're going to nail it. Good man. All right. So that's Frankie. Good luck, Frankie. How you doing, Richard?
Nervous.
You're not nervous, are you? Are you feeling competitive?
Nervous. He's been round here, the pilot, and he knows driving, so we'll see. I'm not allowed to overtake him either.
Oh, good. All right.
So don't expect overtake.
No, it's going to be nice and civil. Yeah. Right, good. Enjoy. So they're going to take off in a sec, whiz round the Bahrain International Circuit, as you do, and should be a lot of fun. He's off. And Frankie, he up the revs. Give it a bit of a Murray Walker. And Frankie's a go, go, go! He's off. Well, we might be, 4 months away from the Bahrain Grand Prix itself. But the lads are out on the track. You've got the lead car. Kingscote, Dettori. He's lagging a bit, that lap. They're pretty rapid. And in case you're wondering, no, I didn't get a go. But a couple of hot laps later, the lads were heading back into the pit lane. How was that?
Great.
Good fun?
Did you see my spin?
Yeah, did you enjoy it or did you hate that bit?
I can't look off. I scared myself a little bit, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I see you had the GoPro in the car. I don't think I said much. No, I was.
We can bleep it out if
the
there's
thing is, I was trying to keep up with Richard,
Yeah.
so I went off my racing line. I went to the shiny bit, to the sandy bit, and I spun it. Anyways.
You look like you were both pushing it a bit. Was it fun, Rich?
It was a good crack. I enjoyed it. Yeah, very good.
Bit different to being on a horse.
Or
Yeah.
the bike.
Yeah.
Or the bike.
You better put the last corner in when he just span out a little bit, right, in the video.
You went a little bit wide.
No, I was giving it a bit of a kick.
You were definitely tempted to overtake the guy in front.
yeah.
I'd have
weren't you?
loved to,
Yeah.
but rules are rules, and
Yeah.
no, fair play. They've looked after us well.
I think they were impressed with how well you did, to be fair.
Good. No, it's been good. I love
Fun,
it.
it's fun, lots of fun. I know they look small, but God, do they go.
Yeah, they were rapid.
Brilliant,
Good.
brilliant.
Yeah,
Good warm up for the day ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little bit jet lagged when I arrived, but after this, like,
He's awake now.
flying, full of adrenaline. Yeah,
Good stuff.
good, real good fun.
Well done, boys.
Thank you.
Good start to the day.
Well, I've packed a fair bit into my trip to Bahrain, but there's one thing missing. It's time to go racing.
Hello, guys. Got my race card. It's about 30 degrees, so it's a warm one. Really looking forward to the day. We've got 8 races today at the Rashid Equestrian and Horse Racing Club. The last of them is the Bahrain International Trophy. Really good race, real international feel to it. Can't wait for that one. First things first, better go and see what's on the running order.
With my prep sorted and the course filling up nicely, I took a moment to chat with the head of racing at the Bahrain Turf Club, Ed Veal.
It's an exciting job, it's an exciting race course, it's an exciting race club, and I think it's made moving out here and living here really enjoyable. I was lucky to come for the first 2 Bahrain International trophies, and this is my second international trophy in a full-time capacity. So yeah, really loving it.
I'm interested in the point about living out here. I mean, since I've spent time out here, that sort of proposition looks rather appealing. Was it a difficult decision to base yourself out here or not?
It wasn't. I mean, as you've seen, it's an incredibly relaxed country. The people are incredibly friendly. There's lots to do, but it's not too busy, so it's very easy to acclimatise. So yeah, enjoying it.
And the racing scene feels as though it's moving, and it's certainly in the right direction out here. Particularly that series, more money again this year, a great international presence throughout the series.
Well, exactly, and that's the purpose, is to just keep growing and add more internationals to it, so that we spread the message. And I think that's what the series does a great job of. This race, the Bahrain International Trophy, is obviously our flagship event, but it is just one day. The series gives a chance for connections to come out over a 3-month period. And as I have found enjoying Bahrain, it gives them a chance to really get to see it.
Great stuff. I'm going to go look at some horses. Cheers, Ed.
Perfect.
First on the card was a purebred Arabian affair, and as they loaded up, I headed over to the weighing room to get a jockey's perspective of life in Bahrain.
And they're off.
First race is actually off here, so we'll probably see the finish very shortly. Grab a quick word with Paul Hannigan. Looking forward to the day today?
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to get used to this heat. Very hot and humid today, so just come out here and just try and get used to it, yeah.
Stiller than normal out here today, definitely. Paul, thank you. Rosie Jessop's here, so got your race card. Plenty of viewers at home will recognise Rosie from her riding at home. You spent a good time out here now, Rosie. How you doing?
I have now, yeah. I've been here 4 years full time now, and things are going well.
I mean, in particular, last couple of seasons have been great for you, haven't they?
Yeah, it's been very great. Last season I got off to a great start. I had a winner every week for the first 5 weeks. So I've had a winner last week here this season, so it's picking up.
And do you feel like you've been really well received out here, haven't you?
I have. Everyone here, they're fantastic. They're so lovely. And I just get treated the same as everyone else, even though I'm the only female rider, but it doesn't seem to be making much of a difference.
And inside the final 100, it is Al Saklawi coming clear to win on racecourse debut. Al Saklawi in front.
And I spotted another racecourse debutante celebrating in the stands. Debbie, you were cheering that winner home. Well done.
Yeah, I won. In our little gathering sweep.
Yeah, well, quite right. And you seem to be enjoying the day. Is this a first racecourse experience for you, Debbie?
It is in Bahrain, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
And what do you think so far?
It's very, very civilised. It's very nice.
Yeah. Paul and Rosie were both riding in the next, and I took up a position on the rails to see how they got on.
In the gate, and they're off.
Spun's just getting away from them here. Rosie Jessup on El Professor. She's had a really good time of it out here. Really good couple of seasons she's had. Might just let her get away here. And I think what's quite nice is you have a long enough straight to make it a test if they go quick enough. It's not a case if you're in front you've nicked it, although Rosie might have done just that as she turns for home. We'll see. How animated are the jockeys in behind? They're not worried yet, are they? But they'll have to go some. She's just tightening the screws a bit. Tell you what, this horse is going to have to tie up. Paul Hannigan's starting to mount a charge. I don't think they're going to get her, are they? I don't want them to. I don't want them to. I want her to hang on now. It'd be a crafty little ride. It's going to be tight. Ah! Oh, it's going to be tight, this. Go on, Rosie. Hang on. Oh. Tell you what. It's gone to Jerome Moutar, who's just nicked it a bit, but enterprising ride from Rosie Jessup. Nearly nicked it, nearly hung on.
With things beginning to hot up ahead of the big one, I bumped into a few Rosie fans in the new Turf Village.
Hello. Cheers, mates.
What's your name?
Denise, how are you?
Hi, Denise. Have you been here before?
Last week to see Jockey.
We're the Rosie
Shout
Jessup
Rosie.
fan club.
Yes, we are.
Your cheerleaders for the Rosie Jessup fan club?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Do you know them, Rosie?
I do.
What's your first impression of this venue for racing?
I love it. Yeah. I've never been to any horse racing in my life, so I don't know what it's supposed to be, but this looks perfect.
Yeah, this is ideal, isn't it?
Yes.
Just this area, I don't know if you've been into this area before, but this is nice and chilled. A lot for families to do. It's a really nice
very
area.
family friendly. Lots of stuff for the kids to do. The kids are having fun. The families are entertaining, laughing a whole lot, watching the races. The hedges are nice. I went to Churchill Downs.
You know Churchill Downs, there you
I
go.
went to Churchill
and
Downs.
How do the hedges compare to Churchill to here?
For Bahrain, it's exceptional.
Yeah, beautiful. Hello, you having a good day? Enjoying your time? Happy?
Yes.
Excellent. I'm really impressed with this horse. That's a very good horse. Well done. Which horse is this? Arabian? Arabian horse?
Yes.
Yeah, Arabian horse.
Yes.
3. Yes, ready?
Go.
Well, that's the kids looked after. What about the horses? The man to talk to if you are sending a horse internationally is Adrian Beaumont.
The great thing is connections. So what we're saying to them is we're going to fly them all out and we're going to fly them all back. That will be free of charge. And we're going to pay for their grooms, look after the grooms, give the grooms a car when they're here. And we're going to give a substantial cash sum for each runner for the owners to organise their own flights and their transport and hotels, etc. So it's a really easy time. We've been inundated with horses wanting to come here. The threshold of ratings has gone up. I think we're going to be everything from a rating of 100 down to 88 this year for the Turf Series.
That has gone up, hasn't it? And equally, while it's easy to bring horses out here, I don't want to sell it that the races are easy to win necessarily, because they are not. You know, they're ultra competitive races in the Turf Series.
Well, what I would say is that last year, I think the locals were a bit nervous. They thought maybe we'd come and dominate, and actually they had their fair share, the locals. I do expect, though, this year we're bringing a slightly classier group of horses. We're going to be very competitive.
Well, with the atmosphere really building ahead of the main event, I think I'm going to need a couple of pointers to help me make my selection. Well, that's Nick Luck and Ali Vance just talking through the preceding race to the Bahrain International Trophy. Who's going to win the big one?
I think that's Delaware or Magny-Cours.
I think it's going to be a Saeed bin Sarur victory. It's going to be a 1-2 for bin Sarur. Not sure which order.
Enjoyed the week so far?
Very much so. Always enjoy here in Bahrain. You get a very warm welcome. The weather's been unseasonably hot, even by the Gulf standards, particularly for this time of November. And yeah, always enjoy getting to work with you, Tom.
He means that. And you've spent a lot of time out here. You can confirm it's not always this warm. You get many seasons out here.
No, you always get the best weather, Tom, so you bought that, and Nick, whereas when I do the winter ones, it can be pretty blowy, and it's rained on 2 or 3 occasions, and they tell me it never rains here, so I definitely bring the British weather over with me.
Yeah, Ali and I certainly have had 4 seasons, yeah.
Yeah, you certainly have reference to the delightful hotel they have been staying in. Thanks, guys. Here we go then, £600,000 up for grabs. It's the Bahrain International Trophy.
Okay. And they're off in the Bahrain International Trophy. On the outside, Dubai Future and Danny Tunnock now claim the lead. Passion and glory between them. Over on the far side is Manny Kaur. Back in fourth is Rio Como. Inside the final 100 metres, and it is Dubai Future who's got the lead. And Dubai Future wins the Bahrain International Trophy.
Wow, what a showing from Godolphin. And although I hate to admit it, fair play to my colleague Nick Luck for his selections.
Well, that's it as far as the Bahrain International Trophy goes. It's been a brilliant day's racing here. It's been won by Saeed bin Saror. He had the 1-2 in the race, and he'll be absolutely delighted with that. I'm delighted with how the day has gone. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm off to get something to eat now.
And joining me for dinner this evening is Laura King, a well-known face from the racing media around the Middle East. We head into town to see what's on offer on a balmy Bahrain evening.
Laura, this is the perfect way to cap off a lovely day at the races, sitting outside at M by Mirai, having some lovely food. But this is the scene all over Bahrain. This is what you can do very easily.
They're so good at food over here. Like, they're really, really good at it, and service as well.
Yeah.
You get a bit spoiled if you spend a lot of time in the Middle East because you come to expect it. But it is amazing. I haven't had a bad meal here yet.
Well, that's it. And I know you've spent a lot of time in the Middle East, but you know, for us and the time we've spent here, I know we've been to lots of different locations for different types of food and experiences, but this is something that you just do regularly. This is a pretty normal evening setting, isn't it?
Yeah, you can get any food, any cuisine. You can get obviously local Arabic stuff, you can get European, you can get Japanese, and you can also, if you're really lazy, get it all delivered to your doorstep.
And as somebody that knows the pitfalls of winter in the UK, I mean, January and February, let's be honest, they're not the perfect times to be in the UK. You can make everyone at home jealous by coming out here, which I like to do to people at home as regularly as possible.
You'd be really unlucky if you came over here to experience the racing or bring a horse or whatever to hit bad weather, because it rains something like 5 days a year on average. It's going to be about 25 degrees. It's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, for the horses, it's pretty much all right as well because they're racing in the sort of afternoon. It's fantastic.
What have you made of the racing scene over here in the times that you've been coming over, and specifically today, for example?
It's been great to see it really evolve. I think I first came over in about 2017, 2018, and they talked about, well, they were building the quarantine barns. So I said, oh, you're going to have an international race? And they were like, we're talking about it. And now to have had 4 international trophies won by a different country every year has been brilliant. So they've come a really long way in a short amount of time. Obviously, we've got the turf series as well now. They're unique in the Middle East in that they just race on turf. Everywhere else is dirt, predominantly dirt with a bit of turf. So they've done a lot, and they've done it quite steadily, which I think is good. They haven't gone mad.
And I think that's crucial, that it hasn't been rushed. It's been pretty well thought through, which I think is key, and therefore there's been due care and attention to exactly what they're doing. And I think they've pitched it at the right level as well.
Yeah,
meaning
have.
it's very accessible for horses of the right quality to get here and be competitive.
Yeah, and I think they've looked at what people are doing elsewhere in the region as well. As I said, they're unique in that they just race on turf, so the turf series makes sense. Slightly lower level than in other places, so you're catering for that sort of demographic of horses, and they've done a lot of things right, and they haven't gone crazy big, so it should stand the test of time.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, I've loved it. I'd be lying if I said I was desperate to go home.
I
so
know,
there we are.
yeah.
We'll get stuck into this shortly. Cheers.
Cheers.
And with that, I'm sad to say my time in Bahrain was over. It's been an absolute joy. This place really feels special. It's got relaxed people, great food, and plenty to keep you busy, not forgetting, of course, some top quality racing. Thank you, Bahrain.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.